Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, Konosuke Tomiyama. WBO Asia Pacific super-bantamweight champion from Bacolod City, the Philippines, Genesis Servania.
Undefeated and unshaken, Genesis Servania steps into the international spotlight, determined to prove that the next great Filipino warrior has arrived.
Throws to do damage. Knockdown scored.
5, 6.
Armed with youth, speed, and relentless determination, Servania carries the fire of a contender eager to show that his rise through the ranks is no accident.
That's the cliff notes on his style and who he is. He just hasn't been able to be effective in that way, partially because of the cut early and partially...
For Servania, this isn't just another bout. It's a test of heart, hunger, and the will to turn promise into destiny.
Bouts on TopRank.com. We're seeing it live around the world, and this is one we've been looking forward to. Super bantamweight battle, Genesis Tomiyama, a long-rangey fighter out of Tokyo, Japan, and he is down quickly. A sudden and dramatic turn that this fight takes. I'm about to tell you that Tomiyama has actually fought for the World Championship a couple of years back and had him down in the first round, but it is he who goes down in the first round of this bout. Yes. Nicknamed Bazooka comes into the ring with a record of 20-0. Not a big KO mark, but as you can see, he is not devoid of power, and he lands a good left hook there. Tomiyama, Servania looking great here in the opening moments, and now Tomiyama comes back. Rocky first minute. And he scores a knockdown with a left hand. Both fighters have tasted the canvas here in round one. Mandatory 8 count for the champion, Servania. And now we are getting the fight we expected. Tries that uppercut, and now here comes Servania. Chases him to the ropes and back out to ring center. Servania trying to regain the momentum. And a fine left-right combination by Tomiyama. Stops Servania in his tracks. Servania tries to answer back, and his champion is down again. Second time he is down. Knockdowns in round one.
Awesome.
And you just saw a red-hot first round.
Love it, Rich.
We'll take a look at what happened in the first round. Servania came out and landed that beautiful left hook and ended up going down twice himself. Christina, you know, sometimes in Asia, that's the first round. No knockdown, with a lot of movement. In my study of Servania, it seemed to me that he was jumping up and down, but so far he's come through it. You know, you can't complain about it. He certainly got caught with that second knockdown. The first was a flash knockdown. He was actually knocked down by a jab, but the second knockdown was
how the fight started.
No, it certainly didn't. It was an amazing turnaround. First round, I was just about to tell you about the Nobuo Noshiro fight for Tomiyama when he fought bad way in the first round and knocked down, and this fight is full of action in round one.
Looks like a little bit on his right eyebrow.
I will keep an eye on that as he comes forward. Record, his knockout record, I started to mention to you is, and so they do. Tomiyama, long rangey fighter, goes right back to that jab.
Stop of the bell, 10 seconds.
As you might have seen in his walk into the arena and his white stripe against Konosuke Tomiyama in Tokyo, Japan. He is in the black with the 3 knockdowns in the first round. Servania scoring the first one and now coming in and landing a beautiful right hand, sending back. Referee is Danrex Tapsadan. I tell you, these have been meaty-like blows that both of these fighters have been landing in this fight. It was very well early, but he really ran out of gas, and he was stopped in the 8th round. He just had nothing but answers right back, but Tomiyama's was the more effective. Now Servania with the left hook. Well, he never stopped bouncing.
Keep up that pace. I mean, like you said, he's constantly bouncing his arms, constantly moving.
Wasted energy, but that's... Hard right, and down goes Tomiyama for the second time. 4th knockdown of the fight, and that was the worst one yet. He was really flattened, but he got up. Hard right by Servania. Tomiyama in trouble, backed into a corner. Bell sounds, end of the round. Going to work on that cut on Servania as we take a look at the knockdown. A left hand and then the right hand over the outstretched. Well done. There's that right hand. I mean, a crushing right. We have had 4 knockdowns so far. This is the 4th of the fight, and each man has visited the floor of this WBO Asia Pacific Super Bantamweight Championship. He was successful in the first round of being able to gather himself, scored 2 knockdowns. Now he goes back to that formula here again. But Servania is undeterred and comes forward with that strong left. Better learn how to sit down in their punches, learn to get proper leverage in their punches as they go along and develop. And now Tomiyama mounting his own comeback and getting a little bit encouraged. The crowd rooting for both guys, pulling for both men. They've just been... Tomiyama does have the good jab, but he is susceptible to this combination. That's a good one, too, that Tomiyama has. Now he comes forward, he pushes. Start seeing him is that he has a wide variety of punches. He mixes up his attack. Good arsenal.
Ready.
As he has been on 2 occasions.
Step back.
Tomiyama decides it's a good time to hold on here. Now let's just... Oh, beautiful left hook by Servania. Gets Tomiyama in trouble. Staggers back against the ropes and his hit with a hard left hook right at the end of the round. And staggers back into his corner where he drops on the stool. The fans arriving very early and seeing these deep undercard fights, and they're getting rewarded with a tremendous fight. At the end of the round, it was Servania scoring that left hand to the head that they have had a tough time stemming the blood. Servania loading up.
Ready.
This one. And they too are being rewarded like the fans in the stands. Tomiyama also has a very good right, but usually it follows his jab. Good counter left by Servania.
He really comes on the second half of these rounds. Servania does.
And I tell you, he's digging that right hand underneath. And you know, it's hard to generate power when you're doing that. Inside they have 6 video boards for the fans to, I mean, you're going to be close up to the action. Long range right hand, and again, right at the end of the round, Tomiyama. Very happy to be joined by Christina Poncher here at our ringside table. I want to give a shout out to the world for so many years. And the Colonel recently had heart surgery, but he's already bounced back. He is hear from him when we wish him all the best. Glad he's recovering very well. He'll be back at the mic very soon. Nice combination by Tomiyama as he tries to...
Causing him a little bit of trouble, but he's been kind of shaking it, letting it loose, and as you can see, just not really throwing that right hand.
Maybe that's when one hard right that he's thrown in this round was to the body of Servania. A one-armed fighter against Servania is going to be in some real trouble as he tries to flash out his jab. Was midway through the round with a hard right. Tomiyama in some trouble, staggers back a second, started to glances over at his corner. Little counter right by Tomiyama, at least showing it there as we come to the end. Konosuke looking a little worried in his corner, and there's the reason why. He's getting nailed with those right hands. Open though, and they seem clear in the corner, but as you can see, right at this point around, he comes right out jabbing. And I think that's a good idea for him. I mean, He needs to establish. Tomiyama scored 2 knockdowns. Servania scored 2 knockdowns. Servania really digging that left. He does have power. He's not devoid of power despite that low knockout ratio. Winner, 2-time gold medal winner, actually. Will be making his 2nd professional start. That fight will be aired. For those of you in America, you can watch that fight tonight on HBO. Broadcast crew of Larry Merchant, Tim Ryan, George Foreman yesterday. George holding court at the press conference for Tomiyama not having a bad round here. Actually, he's having a pretty good bounce back round. Tomiyama showing he can still summon up some strength and energy, but there's that good left hook. I love the left hook that Servania throws. He can really dig it to the body too, body or head. Nice jab work though by Tomiyama. Comes up with an uppercut.
Time!
End of round 7. As we take a look at the action, Servania from long range doing real work there. Tomiyama taking a moment off, but still able. Tomiyama looking a little discouraged in the corner. Pacific super bantamweight title on the line. Now there's one that. Good right hand by Tomiyama. Getting some rhythm going. It would appear to me that the harder puncher at this point is Servania. Last year went through 3 fights. This is his 2nd fight this year. His first one was against Anke. Very good fighters recently, really picking up his level of competition. And this is another tough opponent here for him. Pace in the first 4 rounds. Nice combination and a follow-up right by Servania. And another right that was partially blocked by the shoulder of Tomiyama. Tomiyama answers back with a right of his own, and here they go again as the bell sounds to end round 8. It had this kind of international flavor in terms of having so many countries. You'd have to go to something like the Olympic Games to go.
I mean, Japan. The World Games here.
Yes, it is, and there is a fighter. In fact, Evgeny, it certainly did not. And it may still not.
It may still not. We still have time.
Tomiyama having success with the right hand. He wants to get right at his foe, and he's coming right at Servania. And as you can see, Tomiyama's by the success he's had.
Go there, go there. Headbutt. Headbutt.
Another cut for Servania.
This fight may be over. It is. This fight is over. Now Tomiyama thinks he has won, and I do not believe that he has won. We'll take a look at the end of the fight right now.
And in accordance with the rules of the WBO, we go to the scorecards to determine a winner. In favor of the winner by way of technical split decision. And still, WBO Asia Pacific champion, Genesis.